We started the Dockside Senior Men's Group in 2006 as part of preserving the Sailortown history. It started off 6 of us, and we developed into a group of 42. And our job is to preserve the history through storytelling and publicising books.
I heard about it and I came down one Sunday and I met boys who went to school with who I hadn't seen for 30 years. So then I came down every Sunday and I would never have met those lads because I moved from North Belfast to East Belfast and I'd never seen them again except for this.
Well, I would attend here on any occasion that we have a meeting as such. At least twice a week. I at times had what you call nervous anxiety, and it actually helps me pick myself up that wee bit to get on the outings involved with the senior men's group, and I actually welcome it. I have friends in here who call to the house for me, and actually bring me up and bring me to various outings. Well, this was a great seaport, a great area for the local men involved. It actually meant a job. The dockers loading and offloading boats and whatnot. It was the dockers was really the heart of the area.
And this area was where all the dockers were schooled in the 50s, early 60s, and then they actually moved the inside the dock gates to a schooling pen. But there used to be maybe every morning there was 1,000 men here, all looking for work, and they were schooled by the foremen, and they used to give out buttons, if you got a button, you were working for that man that day. Maybe there was 22 men in the gang, maybe 20 men in the gang, or depends on what sort of boat it was. If it was a big boat, there was a gang of maybe 28 men, and you stayed at that boat until you finished it usually, But this was in field here for all the dockers, so it was, The headline boats run up the Great Lakes. They went to Virginia, so they did, brought tobacco back. From the Great Lakes they brought bag stuff, soya bean, etc., etc. Tobacco, apples, timber, paper, everything, And this was the fastest turnaround port in Europe, so it was, possibly in the world. The seamen used to hate coming in here because they never could stay in overnight, If it's a boat, it was turned around as quickly as possible, And the harder you worked, the more money you got. You can imagine maybe 1,000 men in this wee space, all wanting to work.
I was a bricklayer. When I started serving my time in 1955, it was all right, just 5 years apprenticeship. The work was plentiful then. If you got paid off on a Friday, you got a job for Monday again. Not the same now. You have to go and do an interview. Those days we just went up and asked your foreman, can we get a job? And they said, do you want to start now? Or do you want to start on Monday? If you were trained right by the right people, you found the job was easy enough. If you weren't trained by the right people, you found yourself getting paid off 6 or 7 times a year.
I was a docker for 30 years, and my father was a docker, and my brothers were dockers. There was 3, 4 sons, and I got my docker's button because it was my dad's button, and his button was passed on to me in 1963, and I was 30 years at the docks. I spent 12 of those years maybe on the docks committee, which was the union.
Well, I came here and I worked casual at the docks in the late 60s, and as I say, I actually wasn't a union man. I came up to the docks, took my chance on that morning concern, and just got myself jobs, earned a few bob. In the buildings, the area has actually been downgraded, as such. The old buildings are disappearing. In fact, they actually tried to take away the church, but then the people of the area fought at a campaign for to keep the church building, and it's one of the last remaining buildings of actually historical value.
Well, St. Joseph's Chapel was the hub of our worship every Sunday and at Easter and Christmas. And when St. Joseph's Chapel closed, we decided that we would try and do everything in our power to maybe get it reopened again.
Well, coming down, I was baptised in this chapel and coming to Mass every Sunday for years. I was disappointed at getting closed up. I came down every Sunday supporting to get it open. We're still fighting for them to get it open. Well, it was a centre point of our religion, and something that we believed in.
Six members out of a total of 42 have passed on. We're going to read 6 stories on each. That'll be a total of 36 stories. They'll be on Adler Gorman, who was our chairman, his nephew Liam Baker, with Paddy Hearn, with Jerry Gallagher, with Charlie Hughes, and Tommy O'Hara.
And my brother was one of them. Tommy was a bit of a poet, and he wrote poetry. A lot of it connected with Sailortown. Like, there was an old saying, where did Sailortown stretch from? And says, from Whitla Street to God knows where was the first line of it, you know. And that's another question, you know. He wrote poetry mostly about Sailortown, you know, and about home life in Sailortown, etc., you know.
The book itself, they're writing at the moment, how significant is that to you and members that have deceased as well?
Oh, it's very good. To get the book going, it'd be very nice for all the people who used to live down here. It'd be a good advertisement for the place again. It's important to remember the 6 people who have passed on. They were a very important part of this history.
We've informed all the immediate families that we wanted to do this book and to get their permission. We've got permission from each family. Then we're asking the family members to write a personal story for each member, such as where they were born, many kids they had, where they worked, and a family story, many grandkids. But we're also going to write stories on them from what we know them, from how we socialise with them and work with them. Whereas a lot of families don't know really what their relatives done, you know, outside of the family home. We hope to have it ready for Easter 2016.
The Doc Senior Men's Group, they're trying to do everything in their power to make sure that the name of Sailortown and the surrounding areas will be alive and kicking when we're all passed away. And hopefully that maybe our sons and their daughters and our grandsons and granddaughters will take over the mantle of trying to keep the name of Sailortown alive.
Well, it gets me out of the house and it gets us away on trips. And we've somewhere to go here during the day. And we have quizzes every month.
It's important to me because I'm a retired man now, 15 years, and I was moping about doing nothing on a Sunday. Coming down here on a Sunday, I used to drive. It was great to coming down and meeting the boys and girls and having a cup of tea and a wee ballot. And it gave us something to do.
I always wanted, and I was always a traveller, this small list gives me that extra release to enjoy company.
They can contact us through the Sailortown website, sailortownbelfast.com. We also have a link to a Facebook, Sailortown Facebook.